Hey guys, welcome to week 3 of the Young Pagan Circle. As always, I'm your Sunday host, Pixie Witch 616, and our topic of the week is growing up with paganism. And this is going to basically be about, either do you bring your kids up in paganism? Do you not? Would you not? How we feel about kids growing up with or without spirituality. How do we feel children could benefit from growing up on the pagan path, and how young kids should be introduced to the pagan path. Well, for starters, I don't have kids, so I'm just going to have to speak from, how I think I would, and I think that I would definitely want to bring my kids up on the pagan path. One, because I feel like we're, more of an open community, more of an understanding community than a lot of the one-way religions, and I feel like kids can definitely benefit from that, because from a young age, I remember, kids talking about Jesus, and I was one of them, and talking about, well, you're going to go to hell if you don't believe in Jesus, and, I think that it's, not a good thing at all to scare children like that. If you're not good, you're gonna go to hell and burn forever and ever and ever. I mean, how is that beneficial to a child? I mean, all it did was scare me, and I don't feel like I grew up with any sort of spirituality, just, like hardcore kind of by the book Christianity. Because I do feel like there is a big difference in spirituality and religion. And you can have both, together, or you can have them separately. And, like I said, all I really, had was that by the book religion. And there was no, real connection. Just kind of a fear to not go to hell. That this is the way things are, and they have to be like this. I remember like a lot of the stories from the Bible, enjoying those as kids, and coloring book pictures, about them. But then as an adult, I come to realize that they're just stories. They're stories. They're made up by ancestors who wanted to one, be able to explain things, kind of like mythology. They were just creative, elaborate stories to explain things and to make that religion what it is today. And I kind of wonder if the people that wrote the Bible ever thought that it would be like this, or if they just meant for it to be creative explanations. I can't really say because I wasn't there, obviously. Maybe I was there, maybe just a past life, but I don't remember. So anyway, I think, stories should be taught as stories. It's not like things that we know happened, like certain wars, they're not like that. They're not history to me. They're stories. And, stories are great for kids, but they should be taught as stories, not as absolute truth. And I think that's one of the things that I have a problem with like Christianity, is there are so many Christian literalists that just take every story and nope, that happened, that is 100% true because it's in the Bible, you can look it up. I mean, it gets me, and I don't care for it. So I would definitely like my kids to learn about the religion for what it is, and a big book of stories. There are great teachings of love and things like that in the Bible, but I mean, I can't get over certain aspects of it, and so if my kids ever wanted to follow that Christian path, that's for them to decide. But growing up, I would start introducing them to paganism really early on. because I think it's good to go ahead and start teaching kids values, as early as possible, and teaching them to, love others for who they are as people, and not whether they're going to go to hell or not. I want to teach them about, Buddhism and, all the other religions out there, and, let them, ultimately pick, but, teach them so they'll understand people, and so that they'll understand, that not everyone's the same, and not, be like I was at that age, as a child, and, looking around going, well, I hope they're, Christian, hope they're going to go to heaven. That's not good to put on kids and start teaching them to judge like that so early on. Because when you're teaching that, people that don't believe in Jesus are going to go to hell, then, kids are going to start making that connection. They're going to start judging others and saying, well, they're going to go to hell because they're not Christian. They're going to start judging people for their religion. And, to teach them, that all, paths and religions are, very unique and individual, and that they're all, great and lovely, as long as you don't go overboard with them, obviously. I think that's a very good thing for kids to learn. Because obviously, with what you learn as a child is going to play a role in, your teen years, your grown-up years. It's going to play a big role. And it's taken me a while to, unwire my brain from, my Christianity background. But I finally, have it, rewired. It's all gone. Well, obviously it's not all gone, but, I don't look at things like I used to, and I'm really thankful for that. So, yeah, I don't know much else to say about it, except for I would definitely want to, raise my kids as spiritual people. I think that it's good for kids to, hear those stories and to understand that they're stories, and to understand that, that they have power within them, and that every little thing they do that's good, they've done good on their own, and not to, ever feel like I was, and well, you didn't really do that. Jesus did it. And, kind of, if you're very religious, then you're like, oh, well, praise Jesus. But, looking back, there's so many things that got, that Jesus got credit for that, I had done that, it'd be nice to, get some recognition, because I worked my ass off for some things. And I think that it's one of those things that kids need to learn is, you get rewarded if you do good. Work hard, and, you can't just depend on, Jesus for everything. So, yeah, I feel like I'm going to start rambling, so I may just call this done, and, go ahead and get this uploaded. So, yeah, those are my thoughts. Any questions or comments, just leave them below, and I will speak to you guys next week. Hope you're all doing good, and blessed be.